Newsom, a successful farmer living in Callaway County, Missouri, traveled to nearby Aldrin County to purchase a young girl named Cecilia. Newsom acquired Cecilia with clear intentions. He was 60 years old, while Cecilia was the age of about 14. Same thing with God and fucking Mary. Mary was about 14 and he had he raped Cecilia on his way home from purchasing her. Let me read that again to you. He raped Cecilia on his way home from purchasing her and continued to rape her regularly for the next 5 years. Let me make this fucking clear. This was in 1850. This motherfucker was a farmer, and he drove to a nearest town, not to buy a bag of fucking chickens, not to buy some seeds. He went to the nearest town to buy a black woman, a black child, a fucking black child.
I watched him for years. He's deep. It's very, very deep, brother. From Philly. That's very deep, brother, from Philly. You don't play. You bring to you raw and straight cut.
But Cecilia resisted Newsom's sexual violence on June 23rd, 1855. That should be a day of celebration. Right there. See, y'all want to celebrate, what's that shit? Get High Day? June 23rd. That's a day that we should celebrate. I'm going to write that shit down and contribute that day in that honor and respect for my mother, my sister, my aunt, my grandmother, Cecilia. 1855. Cecilia told him she would hurt him if he came into her cabin that night. However, with his law-back entitlement, Newsom ignored Cecilia and entered her cabin anyway. Cecilia's children, at least one of whom was the child of Newsom. Now, mind you, he got her when she was 14. And they said Cecilia children, not just one, children's. At least one of them was Newsom's. Were in the cabin at the time. Newsom demanded Cecilia to have sex with him. Instead, she hit him twice over the head with a large stick. Fell to the floor and died. Judge Hall. This is for my brothers and sisters in America. This is for you slaves across the fucking planet. Not just in America, but from across the planet. You big slaves, you career slaves, you corporate slaves, you getting at a bad-ass fucking slave. This is you right here. Let me tell you this. Judge Hall, who presided over the 1855 case involving Cecilia and Robert Newsom, instructed the all-white male jury that self-defense could not be claimed in her case. Overlooking the years of rape that drove Cecilia to carry out this act of defense and resistance, the jury found Cecilia guilty of first-degree murder, and she was hung to death later that year. Enslaved black women during the slavery era was commonplace. Let me say this one more again to you. The rape of enslaved black women, I'm reading this, during slavery era was a commonplace. However, it continues to be a feature of American history which is ignored. Why is that? Explain that to me, people. Let me read it to you again so you can, for the ones that's hard, you can read all day long. You niggas can't comprehend all on social media, talking your political talk. You don't want to use profanity and when you're delivering your message because you don't want to sound unprofessional. due to your slave master told you that was unprofessional if you was to say fuck on social media when the bastard did nothing but rape, murder, and with impunity of your race. But you gotta conform to him the way he wants you to talk. Let me read it to you one more again. The rape of enslaved black women during the slave era was commonplace. However, it continues to be a feature of American history which is ignored. Although contemporary scholars increasingly acknowledge the fact that such routine rape occurred, sexual violence against black women by white men remain one of the least examined topics within slavery and the experiences of black women. Why? Why? They don't want you to talk about this. Why? Why they don't want you to talk about this? Why? Why we can't talk about, let me show you why they can't talk. They don't want you to talk about it. Let me show you why. Let me show you why they don't want you to talk about it. Let me show you why they don't want you to talk about sleep. My bad. No. Let me show you why they don't want you to talk about sleep. Okay, here we go. All right. Scientific literature does not rank trauma in terms of speed, but it firmly establishes rape as one of the most psychological, devastating experiences. Studies show it triggers exceptionally high rates of post-trauma stress disorder. What did I say black people deal with majority of the time? PTSD, right? Studies show it triggers exceptionally high rate of post-trauma stress disorder and acute stress symptoms. And acute stress symptoms often causes long-term alterations in brain chemistry and functions.
Folks, go to his YouTube channel and watch more on him.
So when I be speaking
He
about
breaks
the
it down for you very, very
versus the neo-mammalian,
informative. All right, folks.
to your right, my people, it is
I'm out of here.
I'm looking at this, it's switched over. Right here is what you call the stem, the palm of the brain.
I'm out, folks. Subscribe, like. I'm out of here.